If you guys know my channel, you know that I love dicking on celebrities. Anybody can get it. I love talking shit, and I am not afraid. I do not hold my tongue when it comes to anything. This is my channel, and I will say whatever the fuck I want on my channel. But when it comes to Ellen DeGeneres has a very, very special place in my heart. And I know that beginning in 2022, there's been a lot of accusations as to her being mean and terrible to work for. I don't know if that's the case. I can't shit on Ellen. Anyone else can get it. Ellen, you can get it too, but I can't do it. Ellen has done too much. She's done way too much for me personally and for everyone. I remember when I would get off from school, this is probably 10 or 15 years ago. Actually, it's like 20 years ago. I would get home from school, I would run in, I would turn on the TV, and right at 4 o'clock, I'd watch the Ellen DeGeneres Show. She was so amazing, and she made you feel happy, and she spread kindness and gratitude, and it was amazing. Like she would dance, coming down the aisle, and then she would pop up in her chair and then sit and then start the show. I loved that. I loved that. I think that's exactly what we need in this world. And a lot of people were like, oh, she's a nightmare to work for. It wasn't her. We're going to get right into it. I don't believe it was her. And most importantly, I think that that narrative was propagated because of the writer's strike that happened. So, firstly, there was a writer's strike, right? Writers wanted to make more money. More money. Give me the dinero, baby. And she had a show to run. While other people like Conan O'Brien and Jimmy Kimmel were in favor of the strike, she took a different perspective upon how she should approach this very sticky situation. She did support the writer's strike. She says she did openly, and it's documented. What she didn't do is go on strike herself. And she was stated as saying it's because there's people here. There's people that have waited their entire year just to come to my show and sit in the audience. And I'm not going to go on strike and fuck with these people's plans that they've made and held throughout the entire year. They showed up, they put on their best TV clothes and did their makeup and probably got hotels if they're from out of town. They bought these tickets years or months in advance. I'm not fucking my fans over. That's what she said. Maybe not like that. She said it in a much kinder way because unlike Ellen, I have no filter. She has to be nice. I don't give a fuck. I'll talk shit on anybody. Anybody can get it, and I say it just how it is. But when it comes to Ellen, I don't know if she did anything wrong. I really don't. I don't know if she did anything wrong. I would love to talk shit. That's what gets me views. But I always stay authentic. And Ellen's a beautiful person. You know what she went through her entire life? She's seen nothing but tragedy and heartache and loss. And I mean, think about it. She came out as gay in a time where it was not cool to be gay. It wasn't cool. In fact, she got dropped by brands just from coming out as being gay, for being herself. I think that's pathetic. I think it's sad. And I think that she needs to be on Mount Rushmore as far as human rights are concerned. I don't care if you're gay, straight, whatever you want. Like, I judge people by the the content of their character. And I can only imagine what it's like to be gay, especially what, in the 80s? In the 80s, that was my puppy Tesla, and he just farted. Did you guys hear that? Oh my God, I'm gonna keep that in. It was so loud that it woke him up. He was like, "Rrr, what the fuck?" Anyways, well, that was unexpected. Somebody clipped that. I can't even imagine what it was like. People are gonna think I did that and then blame it on my dog. Fuck. Anyways, I can't even imagine what it was like to be gay in the 80s. I'm talking about something serious here, and now we have some shit like that happening. I can't keep a straight face. People are gonna be like, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? You're talking about something so serious. Okay. Reset. Reset. Jesus, buddy. I can't even imagine, on a serious note, being gay in the 80s and with like the AIDS epidemic and then, the 90s, and it wasn't cool. It wasn't like you got a trophy back then like it is now. Now it's flipped. Now if you're not gay, people are mad at you. But back then, if you were gay, you were fucked. You were fucked. Your television show was canceled. You were over. And she went ahead and had the courage to do it. She came out. The way she did it, I think, it was cool. I respect that. I respect people being themselves. But she had a very difficult journey, to find herself. She was kind of a love interest on a massive sitcom, her sitcom. And I can only imagine how difficult that would have been because she's potentially giving up everything she's worked so hard to get. She's went through real loss and real pain with her parents, and then she saw the car crash that killed her secreted girlfriend when she was 19. She hadn't even came out yet. And her girlfriend died in a terrible car accident, and she drove right past it. And she's just had nothing but heartache her entire life. You could see the pain in her eyes. And I think that's the same with a lot of comedians. They try to make other people laugh to disguise their own pain and to hopefully quench a little bit of that fire that suffer within them. They're suffering. That's pretty much what it is with every single person that makes you laugh. They're broken. They're really broken inside. And I think it's very sad. What happened with the Ellen DeGeneres Show doesn't define Ellen. It doesn't define her. Is she a perfect person? No. And that's the problem with TV is you have to put on a show, you have to be this person, and you have to be this person all the time. But guys, no one's like that all the time. No one is like that all the time. Sometimes people are happy, sometimes they're sad. Sometimes someone cuts you off on your way to work and you're like, fuck you. I can't believe you did this to me. I'll never forgive you for this. That's the way people feel. And she had to be happy all the time. It was her brand. And it probably was very, very torturing and tasking on her mental state because she had to fill giant shoes of some persona that was bigged up on national television. Now, getting back to the claims that it was a difficult place to work at, there was one guy in particular, I forget his name. You guys can look it up. This guy, I believe, was a producer. He'd worked there for 14 years, and this guy he was a flamboyant gay guy. And he did a lot of inappropriate things. He was grabbing people's junk, allegedly. He was just not treating people in a very dignified way. That guy, piece of shit. And I'm not saying all gay people are like that, but you have to think like when guys hit on girls, they have to be calm, they have to be strategic, they have to be collected, they have to ease into it. When guys hit on guys, from what I've seen, they just go buck wild. They don't have any filter. It's like just putting two cavemen together and just clubbing themselves with sticks until the other person gives in. Like a gay man, if he has his eyes on someone, whether they're gay or not, they're the most persistent motherfucker. They turn into Neanderthalic hunters. Hunters, they're just hunting their prey. And nothing against it. It's just that's the fucking truth. And if anyone disagrees with me, then you're insane. Because I've seen it. I'm straight, but I've seen it. It's just the way it is. And so I think that's what this guy did. I think that he had a little bit too much power and he just took it into his own hands to assert his dominance within the workplace. Now, when it comes back to Ellen saying that she made it toxic, guys, we're running a TV show. It's probably the biggest or one of the biggest TV shows at the time on national television every single day. And it's a business. It becomes a business. It's difficult. It can't be fun all the time. It can't be fun. It has to be very strategic and structured and consistent and perfect every single time. You can't fuck up and then expect to put that episode out. It has to be perfect. Guests have to be there. They can't cancel. If they cancel, who are you going to get? It's really difficult running a television show, guys, and the amount of stress that was on her is insane. It's insane. I believe that she is a beautiful person. I really do. Now, is she a broken person? Is she a sad person? Yeah, she's really sad. She looks very sad. I can see the pain in her eyes. I think anyone can. She has a broken heart. And I think that's extremely courageous for her to still get up on that stage and impact everyone's lives. And there's so many people that the Ellen Show had impacted their lives. I think as far as her impact on society, I think that was probably the first time that I've seen someone that was openly gay on television and didn't cram it down your throat. She didn't cram it down your throat. She said, "This is who I am." She really didn't take too much of a stand for it. She did, but not in a way that was distasteful. She did it in a way that says, "I'm going to show you who I am, and then you're going to fall in love with me, and you're going to be okay with the fact that I might be a little bit different than you." And I respect that so much. And so I think that the Ellen Show is exactly what we need. Now, whether or not she was a nightmare to work for, I don't know. I wasn't there. But she's given us so much value. We can't tie her into this bullshit nonsense of saying that she is a difficult and terrible person because I don't see it. I just don't see it. You can't fake something like that for that long. It gets out. It'll come out. I think that this writer's strike and her stance taken on it, although I think it was the right move what she did, I think that that made her be labeled within Hollywood as being difficult and being a pain in the ass because the people that were on strike were upset that they weren't being fully supported. They wanted the show to shut down and pause and be like, "Hey, we need you guys. Come back. We'll give you guys more money." That's not the way it went. And that's not Ellen's decision. It's her show. She's on the show. She doesn't own the show. It's not her show. It's like Steve Harvey doesn't own Family Feud. You know, the Jimmy Kimmel doesn't own Jimmy Kimmel. He barely even owns Jimmy Kimmel himself. There's big people at play here. There's big studios at play here. And bills need to get paid. And I think that's what happened. So let me know. This is my perspective. Like I said, anyone can get it. So stay tuned because the next person I talk about, I'm going to talk some shit and I'm going to go wild. But when it comes to Ellen, I can't because I have to remain true and I have to remain authentic and genuine on here. And I have to give you guys my honest perspective. My honest perspective is that she's a very nice, kind woman and she should be treated with respect because she's given all of us a feeling of hope, joy, and just a reason to sit down on the couch with your family and turn your brain off and forget for just 1 hour or however long her show was that the earth is not a very terrifying and scary place. All of your stress from the day just melted when you could just turn your brain off and watch a very kind lady make, very tasteful jokes and entertain us on television. And I commend her for that. So if you feel the same way, then make sure you like and make sure you subscribe. I know that a lot of you guys aren't subscribed to this. Subscribe, please. My God, I put out 100 videos now. 100 videos. All I'm asking for is a little bit of support. So give me some support, brother. Support your fellow YouTuber, brother. I swear to God, brother, or I'm going to get these 22-inch pythons, brother, and we're going to have a problem. We're going to have to tussle. But yeah, Ellen, love you to death, and thank you for being you. I'm sorry that everyone else talks so much shit on you. I don't know why, but I personally, I have nothing but great things to say about you. I think you're brave, and I think that you are an incredible person. So, there's that. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you.